My name is Savannah, and I'm a 24-year-old college student. I'm also a daughter, a niece, and a friend. There is part of my identity, however, that I never expected to have. I am a sexual assault survivor. In the fall of 2016, I was living my dream. I had just begun my senior year of college. I was at my dream school with my dream major. I loved my job and was just months away from graduating college. I was so excited, especially as a first-generation college student. What started out as any normal day ended up becoming a nightmare. That night, I was sexually assaulted. I will spare you the details, but it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I pray that none of you ever go through what I did, but I do know that this sort of thing seems like it can never happen to you. Before I was raped, I saw sexual assault as something that only happened to other people. It's no secret that sexual violence is prevalent on college campuses, but I took as many precautions as I could, and I tucked my concerns away in the far corners of my mind. But after that night, I could no longer be naive. I had to come face to face with the harsh reality that there are terrible people in this world that do terrible things. Detectives Benson and Stabler didn't swoop in to save me that night like they do on Law & Order SVU. Instead, I was left completely shattered, replaying the events of that night over and over again. Due to the trauma, I dropped out of my dream school during my senior year and moved back home to Virginia. It was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, but I knew in my heart it was what I had to do. I shut myself away from everyone and I spent my time hiding in my childhood bedroom. I gained 100 pounds and my hair even began to fall out due to the stress. I am a gun owner, and I was one at the time. I even began safety training and target practice when I was 10 years old. But because of so-called common sense gun control laws, I was left defenseless that night. In theory, yes, I could have broken the law and brought my firearm to college with me anyways, but I knew that that wasn't the right thing to do. I obeyed the law as a responsible gun owner, and it ended in me being raped. I am just one of countless examples of gun control benefiting assailants and making victims, like myself, sitting ducks. I'm not telling you about my sexual assault to make you feel bad. To be clear, I do not want your sympathy. What I do want, however, is for you to at least consider stories like mine when you decide to advocate for laws that create additional physical and financial barriers to the right to self-defense. I could come up here and recite the Second Amendment, as could I recite statistics all day long. I could get up here and scream about how since 1950, 97.8% of mass shootings have occurred in gun-free zones.